Sagar Meghani reports some department heads, including Kash Patel at the FBI, have told their workers not to respond.
Musk added to the federal workforce turmoil over the weekend by demanding federal workers explain their recent accomplishments or risk getting fired.
I thought it was great because we have people that don't show up to work and nobody even knows if they work for the government.
The president says Musk was simply asking workers if they're actually working.
So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist.
Federal workers are suing over Elon Musk's weekend threat to fire them if they don't explain their accomplishments. The suit is aimed at trying to block mass layoffs, including any related to the email sent by the federal government's Personnel Management Office over the weekend, saying employees needed to detail 5 things they did last week. The email followed a social media demand from Musk, who said a refusal to respond would be taken as a resignation. The suit says that violates federal law. Musk has been echoing President Trump's claims that remote workers don't actually work.
Nobody's going to work from home. They're going to be going out. They're going to play tennis. They're going to play golf. They're going to do a lot of things. They're not working.
Still, many key agencies led by the president's loyalists told workers not to respond to the email.
I think everyone thought it was a pretty ingenious idea. We have to find out where these people are. Who are they?
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The Trump administration continues talks with Russia over the war in Ukraine. The president welcomed French President Emmanuel Macron to the White House to hear his thoughts on a path forward. John Stolnis has more from Washington.
In the first of 2 public appearances, Macron sat next to President Trump in the Oval Office following a video call they made together with other G7 leaders on the 3rd anniversary of the start of the war in Ukraine. Trump was asked if he would consider going to Moscow soon to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
No, at the appropriate time I would go to Moscow. I think the war could end soon. Within weeks. Yeah, I think so, right? Don't you think so? I'd like to have you. I think we could end it within weeks if we're smart.
At one point, there appeared to be an area of disagreement between the 2 leaders. Macron stated he believed Ukraine should be compensated for the cost of fighting the war before Europe or the U.S.
Because they are the ones who have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
And after Trump reiterated his belief that, unlike the U.S., Europe would get paid back for the money he says they loaned to Ukraine, Macron interrupted the president, touched him on the knee, and corrected him.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total efforts, and it was through, like the U.S., loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money, to be clear. We have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging.
Trump said Putin would agree to European peacekeepers in Ukraine as part of a peace deal. A couple hours later at a joint news conference, Trump indicated his administration is charting a different path than his predecessor.
I ran against a very foolish foreign policy establishment, and their recklessness has led to the death of many, many people.
The president again claimed the war would have never happened if he was president, and he said he was pleased Macron understood the costs of securing peace should be shared by Europe and not the United States alone. John Stolnis, Washington.
12 after. Closing migrant shelters in New York City. When America in the Morning continues after these messages.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's American Heart Month. Are you heart healthy? You think you're in great shape, but do yourself a favor. Stop by Life Imaging FLA because they could save your life. And they have a brand new facility in Jupiter. It is spectacular. So that means you now have 3 convenient locations to choose from: Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties. So what is Life Imaging FLA? They're lifesavers with their FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose CT scanner. They can easily detect heart disease long before you show any symptoms, months, years before you show symptoms. And all you have to do is call them for your free heart scan, and you get that with a few minimum requirements. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan now. It's valued at $699. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say the keywords free heart scan. That's pound 250. You say the keywords free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. And while you're there, make sure you ask about their cancer screening and virtual colonography. Life Imaging FLA.
Tuesday weather on America in the Morning. Here's AccuWeather.com meteorologist Matt Rindy.
The latest storm system to be moving into the Northeast will be less impactful than previous systems to move into the region. It will certainly be arriving under milder conditions with a mixture of rain and snow showers through New York into northern New England and rain showers farther south from eastern Ohio and northern West Virginia to start the day, and then moving into Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, southeast New York, and then southern New England by the afternoon. Some colder air will be moving in behind this system, allowing for a little bit more snow in northern New England tonight. In the northwest, the storm will be winding down today as the main part of the system continues to move inland. There will still be some snow in the Cascades, and that will expand into the northern Rockies, and there could still be several inches of snow. And a portion of this feature will race into the northern plains late today with some showers developing in North Dakota and northern South Dakota, and then shifting into Minnesota late today and Wisconsin tonight. Some snow could also mix in late in the day and tonight in parts of northern Minnesota into northern Wisconsin. The storm that moved through Florida will be winding down as well, with the heaviest rain moving into the Bahamas. Some areas had more than 3 inches of rain as this moved through, but this morning there'll be just some lingering showers. Otherwise, a good portion of the nation from California eastward through the Central Plains into most of the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast will be largely dry today with a decent amount of sunshine, and temperatures, a lot of the areas will be above the historical average. In the southwest portions of West Texas as well will be hitting in the 80s and even 90s, and there could be some records that fall. That's the weather across America. It's going to be a nice day in Paducah, Kentucky with some sunshine and a high of 62. Portsmouth, New Hampshire will have a few more clouds and a late day shower and a high of 47. That's the nation's weather. I'm AccuWeather.com meteorologist Matt Rindy.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. Just search America in the Morning in your favorite listening app. It's 16 after. I'm John Trout. The mayor of New York City is closing a migrant shelter in Midtown Manhattan as part of his pledge to close dozens of shelters in the city by June. Correspondent Clayton Neville is following the story.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams announcing the shutdown of the migrant intake center at the Roosevelt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. He says the closure comes as what he once referred to as a crisis is improving. Mayor Adams has been accused of changing his tune on asylum seekers and illegal migrants to appease the Trump administration. Those accusations got louder when federal corruption charges against the mayor were recently dropped by the DOJ.
We saw 7 straight months of decline long before the president came into office. And we believe is a combination of what we have done here and some changes at the border.
Mayor Adams and his office says the migrant center at the Roosevelt has seen more than 173,000 migrants since it opened. It initially averaged 4,000 migrants a week, but has since dropped to the current average of about 350 migrants per week. The city of New York, meanwhile, suing to recover $80 million in FEMA money that was seized by the federal government because of concerns surrounding criminal activity at the Roosevelt. I'm Clayton Neville.
Vivek Ramaswamy helped Donald Trump win the White House and was one of the founders of the Office of Government Efficiency. Now the multimillionaire is kicking off a campaign to become the next governor of Ohio. With more, here's Jennifer King.
The Ohio governor's race is heating up with biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy jumping into the 2026 race. Republican Governor Mike DeWine is term limited. The Cincinnati-born former presidential candidate joins the Republican primary field a month after the former Lieutenant Governor John Husted was appointed to fill Vice President J.D. Vance's Senate seat. Husted's backers will be looking to switch their allegiance. Other Republican candidates include Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and Heather Hill, a black entrepreneur from Appalachia. On the Democratic side is Dr. Amy Acton, the former state health director. Ramaswamy has been promoting his ties to President Trump, but dropped out of the Department of Government Efficiency initiative on Trump's first day. He's received endorsements from Ohio's treasurer and secretary of state. I'm Jennifer King.
18 after. Jitters in the market over tariffs when America in the Morning continues after these messages.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing.
Flu season is here, and an annual flu shot remains the best protection for you and your family against the flu. Your health plan covers the cost. The American Academy of Family Physicians urges you to make an appointment for your family to get vaccinated against the flu. It's also a good time to ask your family physician about getting caught up with any routine or recommended vaccinations. Learn more at familydoctor.org/flu. A message from the American Academy of Family Physicians and furnished by United Healthcare.
It's 20 past. You're with America in the Morning. The Business Report is brought to you by Fisher Invests. Fisher Investments takes a disciplined approach with investing, helping clients navigate volatile markets. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Here's CNBC's Jessica Ettinger.
Wall Street opens this morning after a mixed day for stocks. Tech names continued their sell-off. The Nasdaq down more than 200 points yesterday. Palantir and Facebook parent Meta dropped. But the Dow was up 33 points, led higher by shares of Nike. President Trump losing the stock market war to the rest of the world. Since Election Day, European, Chinese, and emerging markets have all dramatically outperformed the U.S., as measured by the S&P 500 index.
The Dow and the Nasdaq now in negative territory since Inauguration Day. Jim, in fact, since Inauguration Day, the U.S. is the worst performing G7 ETF.
The money is being made in Europe overnight. You come in, it's like, holy cow, they're doing pretty good. Japan's good. Thank you.
Screw Warren Buffett. He is no friend of ours. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ron. That's Tim. We're here. We're live, and we're not queer.
Hey, this is just like the first show.
Almost.
My hand.
We're in the outdoor studios, the Obscure Destinations Outdoor Studios. It had rained all night, and we will now get into the intro. And don't forget, today is Trash Talking Tuesday, so give us a call.
Subscribe, like.
I got that covered here.
3 things to say. God bless our troops.
God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
To honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome, from the United States Air Force Band Singing Sergeants, Technical Sergeant Michael J. Aiello.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.
Drinking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again, pop that top. Again, sun pounding on your head. Beer, take care of that. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again.
Not for nothing, but me and Tim would like to protest that this song has yet to receive any acclaim or fame from any of the music industry in the world. We think that this song deserves an Academy Award or whatever, that Golden Globe thingy.
Number one with a bullet.
Number one with a bullet, baby.
That top. Okay, beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Beer's bitchin', abounding up. Incentive when that morning comes. Beer for breakfast. Amen.
That hooker in the bathroom was dead when I found her.
I'll get that there for you.
Beer for breakfast is a show by men for men.
We'll put that there for you, man.
Lady friends. We're not here to be serious and tell you the news. What we do is help chase away the morning blues. Pop that top when the sun comes up. If the boss is there, put it in a coffee cup.
So have you heard this shit going all night last night? That's what I was doing, was editing all this shit back together.
I did get little bits when I go outside.
Much politics or read
Over here trying to piece it together and put it together. So he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta get the dead hookers.
We're just here to make you laugh and have fun. You'll be smiling before the show is done.
And it is Trash Talking Tuesday.
Thursday, craft beer taste test. If you're a brewer, make sure you send us your best.
Well, that's Thursday. It's Trash Talking Tuesday. So we're having tacos. Jody loves making taco Tuesday.
Can help, no joke. But for
yesterday,
survival skills
about a taco. No, taco.
comes in, but that ain't no surprise. It's the beer.
Is the leak slowed down?
I haven't checked. I can't tell. It looks not as bad. It's hard to tell what's slung up there that's missing from before. I don't know. I don't see any puddles on the cardboard. So.
Well, that's good thing.
Before it was like puddles. And one thing of oil will run. One drop will run for miles on a cardboard.
You know what? You can't ever clean up easily. Milk. Ever drop a half gallon of milk?
I've not had a problem with milk. It's eggs. Oh yeah.
You can taste that after down the street.
And my dog don't eat eggs. The only thing.
Not even like scrambled? I'm like, give him my goddamn cat like Ritz crackers.
Well, mine always lick the salt off of them.
Yeah.
Can't you eat them? But
Listening to our show will get you laid.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Beer for Breakfast Morning Show with the Lake Placid legend, Toolman Tim, and me, the Obscure Ron, and I like to keep it that way. We're coming to you live and local from the Obscure Destinations Studios in Lake Placid, Florida.
I like this part.
No, not that Lake Placid. Stick around, have fun, laugh while you can, and remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends about us. We're here. We're not queer. And we don't have any steers. Hope everyone's having a good morning. We certainly are, and that's all that matters to us. So everything is
I like the
good.
idea of
Dead hookers?
dead hookers, yeah. That's going to haunt me forever.
I know.
No, what'd you say? It was not Taco Tuesday.
Trash Talking Tuesday.
Trash Talk Tuesday. Everybody always says Taco Tuesday. Screw Taco Tuesday.
Screw Taco Tuesday.
Unless it comes with a margarita.
We want shit talking. We want shit talking Tuesday.
That's right.
If you
So talk some shit to us. We'd love
we
to
don't
hear
mind it. There goes we'll it's not cold this morning by any means, but
damp.
It's damp because it rained all night long last night.
Yeah, and the sound is better today. It's more of a calming sound.
Well, we got birds in the background. You know, when there's something back there, it's not dead silent.
Yeah, I hate when it's like, what's missing?
Yeah, because it feels weird.
I feel like I'm sitting in a box with no noise, like a real studio.
Yeah, that sucks. That's no fun.
You know, they got the sound suppression in there and everything.
Uh-huh.
It's so dead flat when nothing's going on.
Well, I talked to
you could hear a pin drop.
I talked to Lisa yesterday. She had the
lovely Lisa.
The lovely Lisa with the pretty hair and the nice tits, that one.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she posted this picture, and you remember the old mudslides?
Oh yeah. Well,
okay, it almost looked like which was a grown-up Yoo-hoo.
I'm a child with a Yoo-hoo.
Right. I love the anyway. It kind of looked like that, but it was in like a bourbon glass.
Huh.
But it was like a bunch of it looked like something that Tony would love.
Uh-huh.
And I thought maybe me and you could go sample it, and if it tastes all right, then I'll bring Tony in there.
Sample one out the damn door.
Take Tony up there and say, hey, Bring your own glass, honey. I don't trust this place.
We got to get one of those little, like, how they put salsa on the side of your food. Just dump it there, pop the lid on, stick it in your pocket.
Take that. This is for my insulin. Don't worry about this bright red cup. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, my wife doesn't really need sugar, but I want her to try some.
Yeah, really? No kidding.
Her insurance is paid.
Yeah, maybe enough to bear here.
Well, let's say good morning the correct way.
Yep.
There it is. Not a very good cop today.
Good morning, Mr. Bill, the former police officer.
Yes, Mr. Bill, one of my favorite guys.
And good morning to Tina, who lives behind us, who I hope still listens. If I didn't offend her, if she doesn't have a sense of humor, I'm sorry.
Jesse's working down the street. Her husband's working out of town. And everybody else who listens.
Crystal, if you're listening, we wish you hello and sell you some eggs. Eggs are almost $10 a carton at Family Dollar yesterday.
Oh, my God.
$10. So guess what?
No more eggs.
Tony's going to be learning how to eat biscuits and gravy without her eggs because I am not paying. Yeah, I am not paying $1 an egg, dude.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's like, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
You could buy a whole chicken less.
You can. You can get a whole chicken, a whole roasted chicken from already cooked.
Yeah, $7.99.
Yeah. And gosh, that's just outrageous to me. I don't know, man. I'm funny.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm funny. I mean, come on, Trump. Damn it. But he didn't start the bird flu. But it's weird. They kill all the healthy birds and the birds that are sick.
Yeah, that's like saying, okay, Ron, you caught the flu, so we're taking out everybody in the building.
Yeah. And not only that, you notice that the Blue Jays, they're birds. It's a bird flu. It's not called the chicken flu.
That's true.
The Blue Jays aren't dying.
Well, aren't they saying that cows can get it now?
They get mad cow, I think, but I don't think.
No, they're calling it the bird flu because it's something to do with the animal, the domesticated animal.
It's whatever Fauci created in his lab, dude.
Yeah, whatever crazy thing he thought.
Because there's I know we had equine encephalitis for a long time.
Is that like herpetosyphilitis?
Well, it's encephalitis. Human encephalitis. It typically means waterheads. The babies that are born with waterheads.
Oh yeah.
That's hydroencephalitis. No, it's literally called hydroencephalitis. It's waterhead, hydro for water, and encephalitis for head, I guess. I don't know. But equine encephalitis came from mosquitoes, probably that Fauci created in his lab.
Oh,
and it would bite the horses and it would kill the horses. I mean, it was just bad. In Ocala, Dad had a big problem with with equine encephalitis with his horses. We never had any mad cow problems.
They're always mad.
we did have problems with foot rot. A lot of times it was raining.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they say that you need raised elevations for the cows so they can get out of that mud all the time.
Yeah, because a cow is not the smartest animal in the herd of animals that we have of animals.
No.
I want to say horses are probably maybe one of the smarter of all of the species.
They're a pain in the ass though.
That's why. They're so smart.
Yeah, you can't just teach them like a dog. You can teach a dog to sit and it'll remember that forever. Not with a horse. If you teach a horse to trot, you got to continually ride that horse, and the horse will go, screw it, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, but you kind of got to work with the dog too, though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they understand the basic.
It's like a wife, you got to keep retraining.
I'm not going there. Yesterday, mine was up watching the whole show, and I didn't realize it. I said some crazy shit. Trust me, I heard all about it. You don't
remember?
No, I remember
when we first started out. Every other day we had a retraction.
Yeah,
whether it was you or me or both.
I'll tell you what I remember. I remember that my wife is not 350 pounds.
This is right. And we don't talk about her hair color.
We don't talk about her hair color. This right now could use another update. I'm just saying an update. Maybe it's a cut. Maybe she needs a cut.
Okay, update for the day. Joanne Fabrics. I think you talked about this before.
Yeah.
They are going.
They're gone. Yep. The Ocala in Florida, I think or near us is Ocala and Lady Lake, which is the villages.
I guess they're all closing now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I just heard that on the news this morning. Oh, here's a weird fact. I bet you won't even believe it. I'll twist it. Van Halen, popular group. 41 years ago, yeah, I forgot what song it was. I didn't write that down. They had a #1 song. Guess how many #1 songs they had?
Before then or after then?
All of them.
Probably one.
That's right.
And it was probably
Jump. It was Jump.
I wasn't going to say Jump. I was going to say Panama, but Jump would have been my second guess.
Jump was the only song that went to #1, and that came out today in 1941. That was 1984.
Okay, 1941. I'm like, it didn't come out in 1941.
No, it's 41 years old.
Yeah.
I always write that down because when you say 84, you don't think that, wow, that was 41 years ago.
That is crazy, isn't it? Because
I remember it coming out. Like
I remember going to the concert.
Yeah.
I remember going to the concert and no one opened up for him.
Yeah, David Lee Roth played the piano part and the guitar part in that song.
Okay, you're gonna
or not David Lee Roth.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, that was what I was about to say. You're gonna have to show me that because I was at that concert. All David Lee Roth did was drink fake Jack Daniels and dance around
like a maniac.
In tight pants, and me and Kirk trying to say, is he gay or not gay? I don't know. We can't tell with this one. But he can kick our ass, so we're not even gonna.
Yeah, let's just
because
let it ride.
He was definitely a karate guy with those moves. There's no way.
Oh,
right?
And he was in good shape to stay on a stage that long, be that active.
And constantly high. But they traveled around with this little person that
I used to watch the comedian. It was a little guy, funnier now.
he said that they never, all the Jack Daniel bottles were filled with sweet iced tea.
Oh my God!
They said that there is no way that all of that band could be drinking. And you remember Michael Anthony's bass was a Jack Daniels bass. I mean, that whole bass was made to look like a Jack Daniels bottle. But they said that if those guys were drinking Jack Daniels on that stage that whole time,
they'd have been dead by the end of the show.
Never made it to the show because there was so much energy coming to do the show. Because that was way before auto-tune. You actually had to play the shit when you were singing it.
Yeah.
That's how you knew whether or not the band you were listening to was really good or if it was all in the studio.
Yeah, live, a lot of them did sound anything like the music you heard on the radio.
I'll tell you who did. April Wine and Pure Fairy League sounded just like the record. You remember April Wine?
Yeah.
April Wine, this is how old me and Tim are. April Wine.
Johnny, I remember from my youth.
Well, I almost had to spank Carson yesterday, little smart ass. Told me I looked 80. I was replaying our show, and he's like, "Hey, boys," and all this. And he goes, "Well, I thought you were 70 or 80." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself, you little kid." then he tells me, he goes, I said, don't you owe me an answer to a math problem since you're such good at math? And he says, well, my grades are 77. I said, well, if that's percent where I'm from, that's a D.
That's like a C.
No, that's maybe, but maybe. He goes, but all my grades are A's except for one B. I said, no, that's not true because you already told me that your average was 77. So then he posted what an A and a B and all the way through the numbers. I said, okay, you just now posted it. It's a D, dude.
They made it lesser than it used to.
No, but I said it's a D. They just use numbers, but he even posted it. So I said, yeah. But Carson's got a little bit of he fibs. And he's definitely not good at math because that's a pretty easy math problem once you figure it. Tim figured out the secret before he even finished the joke.
Yeah, it's all in listening to what you say. It's simple as can be. It's in black and white.
Except for not really because I didn't type it.
Well, you did in my brain. And I can't type.
The camera guy, I had to go get those batteries today. The camera guy, we've got to set it up because if he pays me and you get half, you got to help me. Okay. If you don't want half, then you don't have to help me.
I'll just drive that big spike right through it into that tree.
I thought we were going to. Yeah, well, I want to put it on one under.
Yeah, you got some rebar there that I brought you one time.
Yeah.
We'll just stick one over in the ground here.
Yeah.
And then it won't blow in the wind.
Make it a lightning rod.
There you go. We'll check its lightning.
See how tough that son of a bitch is. But I told him he contacted me earlier this morning, and he's like, literally at like 12:35. It was crazy.
Wow.
This morning.
He must be a different time zone.
Oh, he's China,
Oh, yeah.
Everything comes from China. And he said,
when it's midnight here, it's noon there.
He said, "Oh, I'm sorry that we didn't provide you with the batteries, like the like
Did
we
you
said,
find the SIM card?
not yet. But I told him, I said, well, I haven't looked for the SIM card yet, but I'm going to look for it today. It's over there by the giant TV. I told her last night I walked by it and something was on, and I said, Jesus Christ. And I hold my hands out, like I like the big fish he caught,
Right.
And I'm like, this is the biggest fucking TV I've ever seen in my life. And she's sitting on the couch and she's like, I love it. I just absolutely love it.
You know what the cool thing is? When you walk by it, the picture of a person
It's
on
the same
TV,
size as you.
your head and its head are the same. It's like seeing a person stand in front of you.
I told her, scared the hell out of me the other night because I'm out here in the studio and I look in and I see a guy walking away, and I think because it was on the dark screen.
Right. You're like,
it was
somebody in the
dark.
house.
Who the fuck in my house? I'm over reaching under the table because I used to keep a pistol glued, magneted up here.
Right.
I'm like, where the fuck is my pistol? I thought about to shoot somebody. Get a big old ass 60-something, 65-inch TV and shoot it within the first month. My dumb ass.
Off says, what happened, sir? I thought I had an invader. It was just my TV.
My TV. I bet that shit happens though. You get people on dope and shit. Because I was stone cold sober, dude. I mean, I was drinking coffee.
We're dopes without any.
That's it. We're goofy without anything.
Oh, you're talking about the rain down in Key West. They had 8 to 9 inches of rain throughout the island.
Wow.
The whole island's only like 2.5 feet above sea level, the highest point.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't take much to put them underwater.
And there's parts of this town that are under sea level.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Ocala is under sea level.
Well,
most of Clewiston is under sea level.
When we have a lot of rain where the Route 27 goes under the tracks, there will be 2 feet of water there.
And it's always there. It's always at where the train goes over.
Yep, because they dug it down to go under it.
Yeah.
They don't like to make trains go up and down hills. I don't get it.
No, they should because
they got tons of motor power.
I don't understand that either. I don't understand. Trains are sissies.
Well, I guess the tracks don't twist as nice as we'd like.
All right, it's 1 minute till 7:30. Somebody better call in. Robin, you better get your ass here too. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Man, they made a big old drug bust
at Robin's house.
He sent me the email. This is not what I'm doing tomorrow. I just want you to know. But you got to see this, and it was this big old thing. This big old Royal Mounted Canadian police.
Oh yeah. They come trotting in on
they come with their they put on their little festive strawberry red uniform and their flat I want to be a American Florida State Trooper hat, and then they ride in on their horses, which are probably you put a quarter in them every 5 miles, and they go in and but no, seriously, they're badasses, but they are really badasses. All bullshit aside. They're like our state troopers. They will shoot you.
Oh yeah, shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, I've always liked the Mounties, but I've always liked being mounted too. But
the cartoon was good.
I
don't remember the guy's name on that.
I do though. Oh come on, man! You had to do that to me because it
was a silly cartoon.
It was always on the Bullwinkle and Rocky show.
Yeah.
The guy was always trying to tie his girlfriend to the train tracks.
Oh yeah, and he always comes
Snidely Whiplash, something like
that.
And Natasha, and who was the Mountie? Was he always had the blonde hair? He was perfectly chiseled chin.
Oh yeah, he was Mr. Studmouth.
Yeah. Well, you remember? Did you ever watch Red Green Show?
Oh yeah.
They had that Mountie.
Everything with duct.
They had that Mountie up there in the thing, and he was like, "No, I love it up here. I like being alone." He'd never been paid that whole time. He's like, well, they fired me, but I won't leave. It's the Red's up there like, so you're not getting paid? He goes, no, I don't need much up here, really. My job is to look for fires. Well, why did they fire you? Oh, well, the whole forest burnt down one time, and I was taking a nap.
Oops.
If you haven't seen the Red Green Show and you have a sense of humor, watch it. If you don't have a sense of humor, then you probably...
That was Canadian, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was Canadian, all right.
Yeah, I stumbled across that on PBS one time, and I got hooked on it, and I used to make sure it was like 4:30 in the afternoon it was on. Up in New York, anyway. But
they have a movie. One of their final shows was a full-budget movie where they went across country and to be a part of a parade or some shit. It was so funny. Actually, it was stupid, but it was so stupid. Of course, it was stupid because it was the Red Green Show.
Yeah, so it had to be. We like
Yeah. That they actually left the lodge was what I found so amazing because for 12 years they never left that lodge. They always talked about leaving the lodge.
Yeah, it looked like an old beat up wooden shack, you know.
And he would always go outside, or he would go down to the marina on their lake.
Mm-hmm.
But they never actually left the place. They would always talk about leaving it.
They stayed on their compound.
Yeah. And then the old Harold, the crazy little son-in-law or son or nephew is what he was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're making me remember it. Holy cow. I didn't think that part of my brain still worked.
And then they wanted him to get up. They had to figure out a way to get him off the show. So they got him a girlfriend, which everybody was so amazed that he could actually get a girlfriend. And then he moved to a computer place, but the show started doing so bad without Harold on it that they brought him back. And they're like, how are we going to bring him back? But I watched this whole documentary about how everything evolved on and during the show.
Oh, yeah.
And they said that Harold just wanted, because Harold was one of the main creators of the show. Red, the guy that played Red, was a comic, and he always did that brand of comedy with the duct tape kind of thing. Kind of like a Canadian Tim Allen. And then this guy saw it, the guy that plays Harold saw it and said, hold on, I want to write this show. We'll turn it into a show and I'll sell it. And so being a comic, the guy that played Red said, that's right. Except for we don't write shit. We just come out here and just babble. We golf without golf balls. We talk to each other. Like I told y'all in the intro, we don't talk news. However, I do have some news. Some singer lady that sings a really neat song, black chick, fat, died.
I did not see that.
Roberta, some black chick, old ALS. She was old. She was in her 80s. Roberta Flack.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
And some other dude that was on Facts of Life, the old guy, he died.
Oh, I think I saw something about that.
If you want their names, though, you're going to have to Google that shit.
Well, you know it's got to be right if it's on the internet.
Well, yeah, but I heard it on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
I trust the radio. I mean, that's where they have Art Bell. Well, not anymore, but when Art Bell was alive, you can get any. If you was on Art Bell, by God, you could believe it.
That'd be the facts, Jack.
Or you could just be smart and say Art Bell's so full of shit that he's a conspiracy theorist before we were popular.
Or was popular.
Yeah. I love listening to that crazy bastard.
As far as birthdays, there was only two that I recognized, and they're both ones that you'll probably know. Sally Jesse Raphael.
I remember her dearly. I love those glasses.
How old do you think she is?
How old do I think she is?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 87.
Pretty close. 90 today.
Really? That wasn't too far off.
How about Carrot Top? How old do you think he is?
Okay. Carrot Top.
It's a wonder he lived this long.
I know. I'm going to say 62.
Pretty close again. 60.
Yeah, because
you're right on the money.
Yeah, but I go by how old I am and
I know
what I was doing when I was.
Like when they come up with a song, I'll think, all right,
Yeah.
I remember that in high school. I was in about 8th grade, so that'll make it 1980 something.
I got into this argument one time with this guy. We were at I think I was running the bar at the time, and he kept saying that Bon Scott from AC/DC. I know I've been trying to kill him, and I even sprayed. That Bon Scott died before Dirty Deeds and doing, and I'm like, no. I said no, because there's a big difference. Brian Johnson is a phenomenal singer, and he took over for Bon Scott perfectly. He even plays the bagpipes and everything.
He filled in perfectly.
But there's a big difference between. And I'm like, listen, dude. I mean, Brian Johnson is Brian Johnson, but he is not Bon Scott. Bon Scott was nuts, man. I mean, so I mean, and I'm a big AC/DC fan.
I think I have every album.
I have had. I think. Well, we saw for those about the rock in Omaha, so that had to be 1984, 85.
Yeah.
And they came out there. They had Hell's Angels all the way around the stage. They had these fake cannons, but they were loud like real cannons. And then when they went, for those about to rock, boom, blah, I'm like, holy shit! I mean,
everybody's ducking.
Yeah, I don't see. That's it's a good band when you don't remember who opened up for them.
That's right.
Because I do not remember who opened up for AC/DC. Now I remember that the Romantics opened up for, I think, Billy Squier.
That'd be a good concert right there.
It was a great concert, and boom! I saw Adam Ant. I forgot who.
Adam Ant, my God.
Adam Ant. Oh, that was great, dude. That was a great concert.
Was it really?
Oh, it was awesome. I want to say the Ramones opened up for him.
I can't even think of an Adam Ant song.
Is it times like this? The great heaven knows that he wished we had not so many clothes. So let's loosen up in a playful tease, like our lovers did through the centuries.
Yeah, now it's ringing
Strip.
a bell.
If I strip for you, will you strip for me? I always thought he was gay, and my mom said there ain't no way he's singing that song and he's a queer. He's talking about screwing a woman every inch of his ass. My mom was fucking funny. There was some concerts that my dad would bring home tickets to, and my mom would be like, "You ain't going. I got that." She'd take her best friend Judy Fulford, and Judy was Judy Fuller. Judy was so crazy. She was short, and she was his wife. I always said she had a coffee table ass because she had this big old these hips, boy, these wide ass hips.
Childbearing hips.
Yeah, she childbearing. She could have gave birth to a horse with those hips. But she was just as cute and happy and just as fun loving as she can be. And my Uncle Rusty was there because a bunch of my family had to move to Nebraska for safety reasons. And
it was going through my mind. Like witness protection, the old-fashioned way.
Kind of a roundabout,
For your own good, I think you need to leave.
Yeah, you need to leave, and I mean like
yesterday.
So my Uncle Rusty moved up there too, and my mama and Judy was little bitty, and Rusty was your size. He was a big dude, and not fat big. He was just like you. He's just a big fucking dude, and
Right.
he said, Mama said, I want you to meet Judy, and I want you to like her a lot. And Rusty's like, I'm gonna try. And Dad said, no, you better like her a lot. They ended up getting married, and then they were married for like 20 years, something. And then she got cancer and died. And then like 6 weeks later, he got cancer and died. Because of course they moved right back to the compound.
Oh, no kidding.
When they came back down here, yeah, they moved to the compound. That's how much Mom and Dad liked it.
Yeah, they didn't just let anybody through the gate.
They didn't.
Oh, that's wild.
The horseshoe crabs are coming back.
Are they?
They're breeding season.
Oh, great.
Horseshoe crabs do not taste good.
Probably not.
They don't.
Nothing that's named horseshoe is going to taste good. You can boil it all you want, still won't taste good. I don't know what kind of bug is hatching, but there's like 1,000 these little tiny bugs crawling around my grass in the backyard. I keep stomping on them and pissing on them. They don't like being peed on. I think that kills them.
You sure it's not those baby frogs?
No, they don't hop or nothing. They're just walking around. One of them, I swear, was a, what do you call it? They eat the wood.
Termite?
Termite.
Oh, yeah, they come out here a lot, too.
They got like a long-looking tail at them.
I don't know, but you know what season it is? Black grasshopper season.
Oh, yeah, those big-ass.
They turn big and green when they get big.
My wife said she saw a bunch of those babies. She
That's
goes
what
out
you're
and
seeing.
Stomps the shit out.
That's what you're seeing. I
Could be.
bet you that's what you're seeing. Because this is spring. This is in Florida, this is spring.
Right.
And those little black grasshoppers. If you want to buy grasshoppers, me and Tim will sell you back grasshoppers for bait for a penny a piece. You catch them.
You catch them, you keep them. It's easy to find them. They're crawling all over the backyard.
I guarantee you that's what you're seeing.
Man, there was like last year there was probably 100 of them in that house next door.
And I know they like the certain colors.
Yeah, they were everywhere over there.
But
they're creepy looking.
Right about now, I could be walking around the yard in Clewiston, and I would just see all these millions of these cane toads just start taking off. So I'd go start my lawnmower. Hurry up and mow. Tony's like,
that's pest control.
Tony's like, toads? And I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, because the yard didn't need mowing, but
it's the only time you kept mowed.
No. See, that's weird. I love mowing the yard in there. I hate Marvin so much. That's what I told him. Tom next door, I said, look, man. I said, the lady that we got this place from, she's supposed to take care of that shit.
Yeah, and doesn't.
You know, I mean, that's why it's basically a cottage.
Mm-hmm.
In all actuality, we both live in basically a cottage, and she owns them. She's supposed to take care of it,
and she thinks we're going to maintain them.
She thinks if she leaves it alone long enough, well, I'm proving to her that she's wrong.
That's the way I am about it. It's like, it's pissing me off long enough. Unfortunately, I'd knuckle under once in a while and mow the back lawn.
And my wife, see the back I don't mind taking care of because I don't want her little sissy coming over here in my backyard.
Yeah.
Because I already know he's a snake. You don't even have to bite me to know. I caught his ass being a snake.
Don't trust him, huh?
Well, he bitched out and he went and immediately. Tony was so upset she was crying. I mean, literally crying tears. I mean, it was 90-something degrees. The air was off. She wouldn't fix it, and she just happened to see Wolf, and she just let it all go and started crying. And she said, "I don't know, but that bitch is gonna have to do something." And then Marvin came over there and goes, "Well, I already know you think I'm a bitch." Wolf told me, and I'm like, "Oh, so first of all,
we know there's a rat in the pile,
and you're a rat for telling on Wolf,
right?"
But we already knew if anything was said, it would have been Wolf. So then when Wolf came over there, and I said, "You don't want to come close to me, son." But then again, if I'd have hit him, I'd have gotten in trouble for hitting a girl, I think. I'm not too sure.
I wouldn't know.
I can't tell.
That's a flip of the coin right there.
He could be one of them transpesticides. I just don't know.
I think that comes in a bottle you spray on bad things.
A transvesticide?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so.
Pesticide.
I think that's what Bruce Jenner's a transvesticide. I don't know. Not that we want to offend anyone. We don't mind transpesticides. If you're a local transvesticide, I have a few questions to ask you. I want to know when the list starts.
I'm curious.
Very curious about that. I get in so much trouble because every time I meet some gay person, like at the fast food, there's one at Wendy's, and he's like, "Hello, how are you?" with that little gay talk, and I'm like, "Hey, let me ask you a question." Tony's like, "Just shut your mouth.
Don't do it."
I gotta know. When does it happen? Is it because you rip your lip on a zipper? What happens? I just have to know.
Tongue gets stuck in a zipper.
What happens when you get that lisp all of a sudden? That special way of gay talk.
Yeah, it doesn't come natural.
No, I mean, and when it does, I think there's, something. There's a little something in the wood pile. I don't know, man. What do I know? I don't know much.
Well, I knew this gay couple, females, and they both have kids, and they were both married, and then they both decided that they liked each other more than their husbands, got divorced, and became a couple. And I knew her well enough, and I says, "I want to ask you a question." I says, "I feel a little awkward asking it, and if you think I'm out of line, feel free to tell me." I says, "Because we're friends enough for that." She goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "I think I know where you're going." And I says, "When did you decide that liking a girl was better than being with a guy?" And she says, "Well, I just felt more in tune with women than I did men, even though I didn't have a problem with men per se. It's not like I hated men or they disgusted me to the point where I couldn't be with one." She said, "It's just I get along and I'm on a better level with her than I ever was with any other guy." And we decided that we liked each other. Like, okay, that's a pretty legit answer. I like that.
You know what they call the bed in a lesbian relationship?
No.
The deathbed.
The deathbed.
what it is two women get together. Typically, one looks like a guy and doesn't really give a shit about her looks anymore.
Right.
The other one's still kind of pretty, but both of them hate sex. So, you know, that image that the world created that told us that lesbians were beautiful and like to kiss each other.
Right.
That's not true. That's just not true.
Yeah, it's like gay guys don't run around making out all day long.
Oh, I think they do.
Some do, some don't. But it's just
most of them are
just like a regular couple. Some are overzealous in public, others are not.
The gay men will fuck a bush if they thought a snake was in it.
Well, we're men.
Yeah. So yeah,
rudimentally,
I mean.
It's still a dude.
Right, you're dude. Yeah.
He
so
just doesn't
guys,
care for
right?
women.
Guys are like, ooh, the wind's blowing. Yep. Okay, let me go find something.
Right.
Women, on the other hand, are not that way.
Yeah, they're emotionally attracted. Men are physically attracted.
I've always said that women were convection ovens and men were microwaves.
Exactly.
You got to preheat a woman. You do not have to preheat a man. The man is ready to go.
Just push play.
Not me these days. Once I hit about 45 and started taking blood pressure medicine, I'm like, yeah, I'm like a convection oven too. You got to tickle me, get a cattle prod, possibly a prostate massager.
Place the cattle prod just right.
I'll be like that bull of dad's. He would make the weirdest noise and his knees would all shake and shit. He's
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Then he's your best friend for like the next 25 to 30 minutes. He's walking around.
Yeah.
Come back, come back.
About 5 years ago, that was me. Yeah, shaky knees. Got to get a drink of water. Holy cow, that was awesome. Now it's like, nice fancy remembrance. It's like, do you remember the day, honey? That
what is it? Go. My doctor said you need to have a prostate exam, and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like a plan.
You better call me honey first. At least kiss me on the neck.
Lube that shit.
That's right.
You ever had a catheter taken out?
Oh yeah, once. Every time you have surgery, they put a catheter in you, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, you know when it comes out.
They usually remove them before you come to.
No.
Well, one of the surgeries I had, they hadn't done that. I don't know where all that freaking hose goes, but it was coming out my ear and into a tub behind me or something.
And it goes all the way up into your.
I didn't know I had like testicles in my brain. You know, Jesus Christ.
It doesn't go to your testicles.
They're only 2 inches away. You don't need a 6-foot hose.
they're not sticking the fucking. They're not sticking the catheter. They're not trying to get your sperm. They're not trying to tickle your nuts. They're going to your bladder. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but cheapers. It can't be a foot away.
Yeah, but if you were
must have a roundabout way of getting there.
I'm just
down through your toes.
Like my dad used to say, you're going around your elbow to get to your asshole to finish this story, aren't you, son? That's what I said.
Pretty close.
but some people, they don't do an internal, they do an external catheter.
That sounds like worse.
no, that is if you have enough if you have enough area, they will put a condom on it. At the end of that condom has a hose attached to it. And then once the surgery's done, they just remove the condom and the catheter never goes in. The catheter is only there to stop you from pissing all over them.
Right, yeah, they don't pee on them.
Right.
This
So
ain't
what
no
I say
fantasy surgery.
what I say is put a fucking diaper on me, homie, or there you go.
It just depends.
Put the external put the external on there. That's what they did for me. They put that external on there, and yeah, the only time I ever had an internal catheter was when I was a little kid, and they put it up in there. But
yeah, when they did my cancer surgery, I came out and she goes, you know, because you're half out of it for an hour.
You'll never forget.
And she goes, oh, we're going to remove your catheter now. And I go, oh, I didn't even know I had one. She goes, you will in a minute. I'm like, what the hell?
You know, I'm like, because I have a friend that he told me one time, he said, well, I'm going to go into surgery. He goes, and they're going to put a catheter in me. And I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. Unless you're, you know, if you're little like that. And then he said, He said, I'm pretty sure my wife's going to sell tickets to when they take the catheter out. He's like, I hope she makes some money off of that. We can go out to dinner because I'm pretty sure she's going to sell tickets to my ex-wife and everybody else who wants to take that catheter.
And I know the food ain't going to be that good here, so I'll be ready for a good meal. At least I'll get paid for it.
He was funny, though. Oh, he was funny. His wife was a little bitty Filipino lady. She was, mean. I mean, look.
They're either really nice or really
Oh, no, she was nice to everybody else.
Oh,
but his friends, his friends. She just hated his friends. Because we were all military, and she loved military guys, but she would flirt really hard with us. And the guys that really liked him, that were friends with him, would be like, hey, your horse, you're a store-bought. That's what we call her, is a store-bought whore.
Store-bought.
Yeah, store-bought. You're store-bought whore over there. Because we would give him a hard time. We'd say, well, you guys marry these foreign women because you can't handle American women. We get that. But don't come over here and try to pawn her off on us, because now she's trying to grovel all over us because she thinks we got more money than you. So just kind of take your little chihuahua back home. And she hated us. Oh, she hated us, man.
Well, when you refer to her as a chihuahua,
I didn't know. I never knew of no little bitty Filipino dogs. If they would have had a papa, I'd have said, take your papa home.
You remembered it too.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd say that word twice, right?
Papa?
Yeah,
No, I can say that.
Messed that up.
No, because I have a friend that is born and raised in the Philippines, and he's actually a commander in the United States Navy right now. He should be retiring really soon.
And he has a papa.
No, but I asked him one time. I said, and I told you this. I said, why do Filipinos always use a P for an F and an F for a P? And he said, what do you mean? I said, like Pirelli tires. You call them Pirelli. Clearly, it's an F. And he goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, actually, he said, what the fuck are you talking about? And I said, first of all, that. And he goes, no. He goes, he literally says, you fucking idiot. There's a big old P. It's just a long P. The P, the brown part of the P is long. It's a P. It's not an F. They're not Pirelli. They're Pirelli. I said, no, I can't even trust you because you can't say fuck. So funny.
So you don't know how to talk. I can't believe a word you say.
Oh, he was funny. He was very smart. He was so much smarter than me. Yeah.
Except for spelling Pirelli.
Not that it's a big stretch to be a lot smarter than me.
Well, that day you saw that big Pirelli slick on my back porch. You go, now look at the P on that.
I see, it looks like an F. It's just a long P.
And I got looking at it. I go, God dang, if that was scuffed a little bit, it would certainly look like an F.
Well, and on my tires, because I had the Pirelli low profile 70 series on my car, and the P was all black, and it literally took almost the entire Pirelli. The word Pirelli is where the P went. If the P was taller than the other letters,
right?
And so I thought it always was an F, and I just thought that people were stupid. And apparently, it's me.
And the world stands by shocked.
I'm going to be too drunk to go to the office. And I asked her. I said, you work at the office, right? Quote, the office, right? She said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll want to go up there tomorrow and go up there and take a visit.
Yeah, you won't mind it there. It's very late.
No, I'm pretty sure I won't mind it there. I just hope I don't walk out there with my ass kicked.
Shit.
I got it. I'm not going to take a gun.
Well, there's your first mistake.
No, I don't. Hey, man,
it's against the law, actually.
I know.
Not that I don't think there's
not
five
against
guys.
the law.
There's at least three in there.
It's not against the law in Florida if I consider it a church.
Well, it is a church to some.
Our friend who is supposed to be here, the little pussy, that is not. He's not our friend. He's Tim's friend. Tim's got a boyfriend.
Don't be blaming them products on me. You're the one running the computer.
Hey, man,
no idea how to do it.
I'm over here doing a live stream on Saturday. He's like, hey, where's Tim? Where's Tim? Where's Toolman Tim? Where's Tim? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, we don't live together.
And lo and behold, I popped in.
I'm like, we just do no, I called you, remember?
Oh, that's right.
You were in the backyard. I'm like, hey,
get over here.
I think this guy's got a crush on you. Yeah, he did a live stream with his wife the other night. Nice, like she honestly, she looks native Chinese. Seriously though, she all bullshit aside, she looks native. Nice looking lady. He says that she's 15 years older than him, and if he's 40, she certainly doesn't look it. She certainly doesn't look it.
Held her age well.
But boy, was she fucking drunk. She was out of it. She's over here on the. He's not. Well, I don't. He can't tell with Robin.
Oh,
you know, but he's got his shirt off. You know, and he's got these little pretty titty tattoos. You know, and he's all like,
"Don't tell me he has a nipple ring."
I didn't look that close, but he got it. I literally only lasted about 3 minutes. I had to get. I'm like this. You know what? I pull chalks, dude. I gotta
let it roll off the end of the dock.
I clicked like and pulled chalks and I didn't even comment and say, "Hey, Robin, it's me. I'm here." I just like, "Oh shit, I'm out." Because she was drunk and he was Robin, and so
the boy wonder.
But his live streams are wild.
Well, he says,
yeah.
What does he say?
Well, he's very good on here. His streams are wild. And I'm not even going to get into the puppet screwing.
Oh, gee, you told me about that. I was like,
"Oh
what
my
are
God.
you talking
No,
about?"
I'm telling you.
Then he showed that little puppet for about 30 seconds that day, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This guy's whacked out of his head.
He is whacked out of his
head. He
head.
had it rubbing up against his
I know. He is so
everything.
fun, though. He's fun. You gotta give it to him. He's fun.
Well, he was, Christ, I thought he was going to pee his pants a couple times when he first had us both on the air together when we put him on our screen. But he was just dying. He goes, "God, that damn, that's funny."
And you know who we lost that we don't have on here anymore, which I
The
kind
other
of miss?
Canadian.
Duncan
Donuts. Yeah.
Duncan Carson is in Oklahoma.
Oh, I figured rehab.
No, Carson's the kid.
That's what I figured, rehab.
Oh yeah, probably watching us. Duncan is the one that kept having seizures because he drank too much. And then
so he watches beer for breakfast.
and that's probably why he stopped. We were probably tempting the shit out of him. If you're an alcoholic, this is not the show for you. Or it is the show for you if you're an alcoholic and don't really give a shit.
Yeah, my doctor, she was overly impressed with. I said, "So I got a new venture going." And she says, "What's that?" I says, "Oh, I do a little like kind of a radio show, a podcast." She goes, "Oh, I know what that is." And I says, "You're probably not going to be too impressed with the name of the show." And she goes, "Okay, tell me what it is." I go, "Beers for Breakfast Morning Show." She goes, "You drink beer in the morning?" I
Absolutely.
says, "Absolutely." I says, 7:10, we crack a beer on the air. And she goes, "Well, only a few, I hope." "Oh, of course, of course."
We're only good for 2 in the mornings. We both have things that we have to do the rest of the day. Except for I don't drink beer, I drink bourbon, so I only have 2.
You might even just have one or none sometimes. Yesterday,
Bourbon?
you didn't have any.
No, bourbons I have a lot.
No, you didn't have any
Yeah.
beer. I offered you on your eye.
I
It sat here and sat here, and then you passed it back.
Yeah, I
and I'm
told
like,
you because I said maybe.
okay, now I'll have to drink it.
I said maybe. You said you wanted. I said maybe because I got shit I got to do, and if I drink beer, then 2 things happen. If I drink beer,
either you get mean or drunk.
I either get mean or sleepy.
Sleepy is bad.
And I'm already always sleepy because I've been up. Jeez, I came out here. I want to say 1 this morning, and I haven't been in except for to get ice and
No coffee pot
and coffee.
today?
Oh no, I tore that up. I tore that up before 1. I went in there, but then we have this pecan coffee.
Hmm.
And if you put a little bit of cream in that and a little bit of sugar in that,
that's like a frappa-lappa-lado.
and a little bit of Kentucky in that,
little tea.
a little Kentucky tea in that.
There you go.
You're talking about something that's just off the scale. It's just off the scale. Hey, how did you like those the last muffins that we gave you?
Oh, they're good.
You didn't tell me about those. You told me about the first batch, the
No,
third
they're
batch.
very good.
Because we only gave you half of them.
No, that's fine. That was plenty.
They don't
the
have
first one. I was like, I must have gained 5 pounds.
They don't have they didn't have pecans in them.
Yeah, got to get a hold of a sister.
I don't know what because her sister's I think older than Tony.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I think she's in her 80s. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do when her and her husband die.
Pick your own.
Fuck that. I used to have a roller.
How far do you got to go to get them?
Texas.
That's too much of a ride.
Lockhart, Texas.
Probably snowing there.
My what? No, Lockhart.
Is that north, south, south? Got to be way south in Texas, though, if it doesn't snow.
It freezes. I don't know that it's ever snowed in Lockhart.
Huh.
However, it did snow in Alice. And you know where Alice is? You can walk almost to the border.
Right near the restaurant?
Almost. You know what they have? They had a fight. This guy bought Dairy Queen, right?
Yeah.
He bought Dairy Queen, he bought Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he bought another chain. I don't remember the other chain. Well, he wouldn't use their cups because they charged something like 30 cents a cup.
Oh, yeah, but when
For
you're
the
in a
franchise
franchise,
cups?
you got to.
So he said, fuck you. And he started going and buying styrofoam cups. And he served his Cokes and teas and everything in the styrofoam cups. And they send they send sneakers in there to see what's going on. His revenues were fine, but they said, oh no, you can't do this. You can't use your own cups. So he's he's got two. Him and his wife have a Dairy Queen. And him and his wife have a Kentucky Fried Chicken. So on different sides of this little bitty town in Alice, Texas. So he gets there, and you know who also lives in Alice, Texas?
Alice. I have no idea.
Buddy Strait.
Who's Buddy Strait?
George Strait's brother.
Really?
Awesome fucking dude.
No kidding.
Would have no idea.
George Strait seems to be a cool guy.
I don't know, but you would have no idea that Buddy is his brother. I mean, he don't tell you. His mom and dad's house are there. He doesn't go around saying, "Oh, I'm George Strait's brother." They're like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Buddy." Hey, buddy, what you doing? Nothing. Then he just all of a sudden somebody comes up and tells you, "That's George Strait's brother," and you come up to him and you say, "Hey, dickhead, you were over here helping me dig this sago palm out 3 weeks ago. Why didn't you tell me you're George Strait's brother?" He's like, "It's not something to talk about."
Yeah, is it going to make you want me to help you?
He's like, "I don't make any of his money. So what difference does it make?" I mean, he lives in a house not too different than ours, quite frankly. I mean, he just lives.
Just because his brother's famous doesn't mean he is.
Yeah, he's not. And he tried to sing. He said, "I tried it." He goes, "It's not for me." I mean, and he's got a good voice.
George Strait is like the coolest guy in country music. He stays to himself. He's a super fantastic singer, and he's just very private. And man, he makes hits like crazy.
The guy that writes his songs is a great guy. Great guy. You want to talk about alcoholism? He'll take you down the roads. He said that because he wrote most of Toby Keith's songs too. And he said that he was so drunk for most of his life, but he said one time he was real drunk and he was gonna, whip Toby Keith's ass. And he said, I
don't know if that would have been a good idea.
Toby Keith's a lot smaller than you think he is.
Really?
Well, he's dead now, but
kind of dead.
He was very short. He was kind of like Sylvester Stallone. Not big.
Shit.
Yeah,
just look big.
Yeah. He said, I sobered up that next morning. And he goes, "Jesus Christ, Toby Keith is my money." He said, I called Toby and he said, I'm sorry I was an asshole. I'll try to never do it again. And Toby said, first of all, you're my friend. You never have to apologize to me. Alcohol makes you do things. Drugs make you do things. You're my friend. And I understand that because I drink a lot too.
Get a pass now and again.
Yeah. He goes, when you're a grown up, you have to say, well, he was drinking, then fucking leave it alone. You can't hold grudges for shit because you were drinking with him.
True.
He said, but so never apologize to me about that shit again. He said, but if you're gonna do anything, could you curb it? And he said, why do you drink to the point to where you get that far? He goes, because that's when everything stops hurting. And then George Strait came onto that interview, and George Strait said that when he was doing the rodeo, they started doing speed to stay awake. So they could go from town to town to town to town in those trucks. Because there was always a dually pulling a horse trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And there was 3 of them usually in that truck at least.
Not like a NASCAR where they got a whole crew that drives your shit there.
And so you had 3 other guys as horses in their trailer, and y'all took turns driving. So you had to stay awake.
Right.
And he said that then all of a sudden you get banged up in there. So now you're doing cocaine and pills to stop from hurting so you can make it to the next thing so you can ride.
Right. So you beat yourself up a little bit more.
So George Strait said that the first half of his career from rodeo till almost all the way through most of his recording career, he has no idea what the hell he was doing. Because they were just drunk all the time, drunk and high all the time.
Right.
You got.
Well, it's like the early days of football. They used to take them out of the sidelines when they'd hurt their knee. Instead of being out for the game, they'd pump them full of freaking shit to numb it.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was.
they go out there and tear their knee up so bad they were done for their whole
That's
career.
when football was football, baby.
That's right. Rubbin was racing.
If you've never seen North Dallas 40, it's got Nick Nolte and Mac Davis in it, and it's from the 70s.
I wonder if Mac Davis.
I think we looked it up. I think he's dead. We looked it up when we talked about this before.
Oh yeah.
He's either dead or home because that's when we first started singing the "I'm so hard to be humble" thing.
Yeah.
See, Mac Davis should have stayed playing football, and well, actually, he never played football. He was always a singer. Anyway, Nick Nolte and Mac Davis did so much cocaine during that movie that they were probably really high. I mean, I'm not too sure that was because it was in the 70s. I'm not too sure that was a prop. It was probably real cocaine back then.
Yeah, I was watching an old movie and everybody in the movie was smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, well, this has got to be an old movie because now it's like nobody smokes.
But now it all came back. Now everybody smokes in movies.
Yeah, a little
bit. If you think about it, you remember that there was that ad agency TV show that women watched? The guy's name was Draper or something. He was like some ad executive. And all they did was drink booze and smoke cigarettes all day long in their office because it was set in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
And if you watch any Quentin Tarantino movie, cigarettes are always the main feature. And anytime it's the bad guy or the bad girl, it's like if you're watching the murder shows that Tony watches,
they always smoke.
Yeah, if they want to make sure that you're a bad person, they make sure you're smoking. Huh. And some dude was over there on one of them yesterday, and he's cleaning what looked like tilapia. So he must have bought them from the store, but it was for the show.
Right.
He's smoking a cigarette and cleaning his fish. And then he's putting the cigarette back in his mouth, and he's got fish scales because it was real fish. And I'm thinking, there's no way. I've watched a million people clean their fish. I've never seen a guy, other than on Deadliest Catch or something, smoke a cigarette and clean his fish. Because first of all, you don't want the cigarette ashes in your fish.
Probably not.
And second of all, you don't want all that. Every time you take a drag off of that cigarette, it's going to stink like raw fish.
Right.
It's going to stink. And so, I don't know.
I'll have to keep an eye on shows more often, see who's smoking and who's not.
It's a big thing now.
Want to do the weather?
Oh, yeah, do the weather. You do the weather. I'm going to go take a piss.
It is. I've got this stupid thing so effed up. Let's try it again. Okay. Lake Placid. Mostly cloudy. 61.
There's 75 here.
And it's going to be sunny. And Binghamton, New York was snowing this morning, but now it's partly sunny and 36. Seattle, Washington, partly sunny and 46. So you go 36, 46, 61. I think I'll still stick with Florida. I don't want 35 degrees. I lived that way for most of my life, and I do not intend to finish it that way. I do not like it. I do not like the snow. Oh, I was trying to save those YouTube things they keep sending me on NASCAR. I don't know where the hell they all go to.
This female officer.
I don't know. This stupid thing. Once you look at something, it disappears. You never see it again.
I know. I hate that shit. That's why I don't do the shorts.
Just
make sure your fellow racer can see you coming. If it's Jeff George,
This is going to confuse me.
bitch in the wall. I didn't say that.
Dale Earnhardt says, look at everybody and make sure they can see. If it's Jeff Gordon, put him in the wall.
I have very good friends that you can call us. The numbers in every link that I shared, by the way. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my phone on. There's
I love this comedian.
Okay, we're doing a show, Tim.
I know.
Okay. I like the midget comedian too. He's funny. He always wears a little cap that looks like an Irish cap or something. You know,
This guy has a little beard.
Yeah, he's funny. I forgot his name. He's funny though. I like him. I think he's funny. Let's see, what did
the last one I watched of him, his background, like on a green screen, was his name. It said Bite Size, and it showed like a little small marshmallow cup or something.
Yeah, I guess, because you can get candy bars come in bite size now.
Right. Fun size during Halloween.
Fun size, that's what it's called. Yeah, fun size.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, I saw that one. He is very funny. He is very funny.
I get on these binges where I'll watch like just comedians, stand-up comedians for a week, and then I'll watch series for a week, action things for a week.
I got soap in my eyes this morning.
Oh, I love that.
And it's that damn body wash.
Oh, look who's there.
Oh, great.
I think he's got soap in his eyes.
Oh, great. No, he's probably drunk. He's probably you know what? I bet he is he's over there doing the drug bust. He's over there doing the drug bust, and
he can hear us.
He can hear us, but he's not talking.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's doing the drug bust over there. Man, what the hell is going on in your town?
Yeah, for real, eh? Isn't that crazy?
That literally looked like some Breaking Bad shit. For real.
14 labs in one building. 14
it was
labs.
Crazy. I didn't show it to Tim because he got here later. Well, I watched it last night when you sent it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Meth, MDMA. What all was it? Meth, MDMA, fentanyl. I mean, they were
processing cocaine as well. They were processing liquid cocaine into powdered cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't believe you. Can you get a sample and send it down?
Ask just a dildo for that.
Only for the cocaine. Jim doesn't like the meth. I wouldn't let him do the meth. I'd fight him over that.
Yeah, I don't like the meth. I tried it.
I'd fight him over that. I wouldn't care about the cocaine.
There's a picture of like one of the labs, one of those machines. There's 3 of them sitting there, are $500,000 each, just for one of those like processing machines.
Holy crap!
Well, because if I want to know how much it costs to turn the cocaine into a liquid, that's got to be an expensive process too.
Well, no, because it kind of is a. Do you know how to process cocaine at all?
Absolutely. Yeah. I went to pharmacy school and learned these fun things. I do know.
He's a professional.
I do know how to. I can do some shit with chemicals that would blow your mind.
The government taught him.
Truthfully,
real cocaine should taste like kerosene. They call it gas. So that's one of the last processes that you use is kerosene, or you could use muriatic acid.
Nah, but no. Now you're going a little far. But the process only tastes like kerosene because someone in both of our countries decided to make ether almost illegal. Because ether is the way to do it. If you want to know, I mean, I can make this private stream real quick and we can break it down. Anything you want to know how to make, we can do this.
For sure. You definitely need ether. That is definitely one of the main processes.
And the pill press is helpful.
Yeah,
that helps too. And those aren't cheap.
Oh, you can find them all over the place, and yeah, they are cheap.
They probably call it drug paraphernalia now.
No, you can get a pill press just about anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, especially the antique ones. You can get them. Now they want more money for them because they know people. But you can get a pill press to make anything. I mean, we were still. When I say we, I mean the royal we. I knew people that were still making 714 Quaaludes in the 90s.
Wow.
They stopped making 714 Quaaludes in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Lemon drops, you remember I used to call them?
Oh, yeah. Not that I would know. I just
real drugs. Now we have all these messed up drugs that nobody even knows what they are, like fentanyl. Like, can't we just go back to the old ways?
Yeah, the good drugs.
The good shit. When cocaine wasn't cut with, there he goes.
He's gone.
He's busy little shit.
And he's always roughing. There's the cat following him.
Yeah, I think he does dirty things to the cat. I don't trust him.
Your cat being good today?
So far, so good.
My cat's in timeout She goes inside. She hates my wife's new kitten. And if my wife leaves her shorts on the floor at night while we're sleeping, my good kitty will go and pee all over her clothes. And then she tries to like fluff it like she's burying it, like, you know, they do in the litter box. So it gives her away because she scratches like a maniac. And
Thank God. Thank God.
My wife banned her to the porch last night. About 1 a.m. I felt sorry for her and let her in.
Cold. Yeah. the thing with the cat doesn't hate the cat. I think the cat hates Jody because the cat loves Tim and Tim loves Jody. So then the Jody gets more attention than the cat, and I think that's what it's. I don't really think it's about Oreo at all.
Jealousy thing.
I think the cat is like, whoa. I think the cat is like, whoa, give me daddy, and you got daddy, so I'm gonna go piss on all your shit.
He doesn't do a thing to anything in my side.
She likes you.
Tears her shit up.
My cat won't piss on any of my clothes, but the wife's clothes, yeah, that's a different story.
I don't know what that deal is. It's got to be a jealousy thing.
It's totally a jealousy thing. What are you drinking?
Peach juice. Kind of looks like urine. It's sterile, and I like the taste.
You got vodka in it?
Nope, I can't. I gotta go to work here in the morning. I wish.
It's all right.
We got to go to work too.
Yeah.
And we put it out there for the whole world to see that we're drinking and going. Matter of fact, we're going to the office at some point today and try to sneak out some booze for my wife. Some weird mixed drink that one of our lovely listeners who's got a nice rack. Huh?
Happens to be the bartender.
Who happens to be the bartender with a nice rack.
I think you got it.
I know, I thought I did too, but I let open my hand too much. I sprayed that fly spray shit right there.
That is rain.
It is rain.
Oh.
It wasn't supposed to rain.
Yes, it was.
Maybe
until
brief
10.
shower.
Until 10.
This could be just a brief shower.
This is Florida. This is. I would turn my camera on. I don't know which one's on. This is Florida. What do you call it? Florida snow.
Yeah.
It's Florida snow.
Yeah, let me show you if I can see
snow over Manitoba snow any day.
This is Florida snow. Unless me and Tim are in there, we don't want to be in the video. There you go. See, that's Florida snow.
That I could handle.
You can see it piling up feet deep.
It's piling up. You know, you're.
But it's but it I bet you the temperature drops a good 10 degrees. And according to my little thing over there by you, what does that say? It says 68 now. So if it's 68 now, it'll be 65 degrees in another 10 minutes, for God's sakes. This is Florida, man.
Yeah, wait till that humidity kicks in and really kicks your ass.
Dude, it's already humidity. That's the only reason. If it wasn't for the humidity, if it wasn't for being so cold here or so damp, me and Tim would be wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
And it's 61 on my phone.
It's 61 on his phone. My one thing on my wall by my water heater says 75.
I don't think that one's too accurate.
Sometimes it is. It depends on what.
I think it
in.
picks up the heat from the door.
And the water heater's in there.
Oh yeah.
And so it comes right to that wall because there's no insulation in there.
No. Yeah, we don't even insulate in Florida. We just
my wife says. My wife sends me this thing, and I thought I was gonna have to wake you up. I thought me and you were gonna have to go to some over Placid Lakes and pick up this washing machine and dryer one piece combo.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
I know. She said it's very nice and I like it. I'm like, okay, I can go get 10. We can go get it. How much is it? She says $300. No.
They're like $1,300.
Well, fuck, how much? I'm not giving nobody $300. You can go to the laundromat.
Yeah.
It's an all-in-one though. That's the thing. You throw it in, it does it all.
I don't give 3 finger and flying fucks.
You know what they have in these motorhomes now? It's a washing machine and a dryer that's one unit.
Yeah, they do.
The water goes in, and then it becomes a dryer, same unit.
And it doesn't work. I have one. I had one in my motorhome, and trust me,
it didn't work.
No, what it does is, first of all, it makes the people that own the park come tell you not to use it
because it sucks a ton of juice.
It sucks a ton of juice, but it doesn't work. It weeds out. It spins out the water. and no matter how level, because I could just push a button and our motorhome would just level.
Right.
It would be, almost perfectly level. That water doesn't drain. So when it starts to dry, it spins that shit. So basically that dryer goes until all of that water is evaporated because of the dryer.
It's a spin cycle. Is all it really is.
Yeah. And it's absolutely nuts.
You
So
still got to hang it out on a line.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
you want
yeah.
to talk about something nuts? I got some local news here that you guys might be interested in. You guys know
Lay
what
it on me.
bison are, right? Like
The
buffalo
what?
bison.
Yeah.
So the town closest to me here, where I normally go to, where my watering hole is, there's a bison park. It's like a local tourist spot, okay, for people to go and look at these bison. Well,
Hold
they
on, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
The bison is native to your area, right?
Yes, it is. It's on our provincial flag.
All right. Well, I thought that was a bear. Anyway, that could be Alaska. I don't know. All the same shit. Listen. So, isn't your wife Chinese? Isn't your wife Chinese?
No, she's Ukrainian.
He said they.
Okay, so yes, so she's Asian.
Okay, yes, she's Asian.
All right. Yeah. All right. So shouldn't she be able to claim native status and kill them?
Actually, you know what? We were working on her getting her treaty card, which is kind of funny.
I've seen her. I watched your show the other night. And listen, you need to sober her ass up a little bit.
Yeah, just
a little.
Just
Yeah, she was a little ding 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 the other night. So.
Yeah, the three of us talking about her. That's
No, I know. Me and Tim talked about her earlier. Me and Tim, and I said she's a very nice looking lady, and I don't believe that she's 15 years older than you. Either that or you look like shit.
12 years older than me.
Whatever, 15, 12, what the fuck?
I picked your age almost perfect, so you look your age, and you don't look bad.
No, oh God, here we go. He's already got a crush on you.
Yeah, got the man crush.
Oh,
Oh boy. Oh my.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's it. I'm leaving women forever.
Whoa. Yeah.
Back to trolley up.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna go back and I'll go back and save that clip.
He'll edit that.
Okay, so this bison park, okay? They introduced a new bull because the old bull died, and this new young bull went and eviscerated one of the calves and one of the moms. Like eviscerated, like ripped their guts apart all over the park. So the owner came in. He lives in the next town over, who owns these bison. He comes over to remove this bull. Well, what does this bull do to him? Sticks his horn right up his ass, almost eviscerates him. Now he's sitting in the hospital, paralyzed and in a coma.
Well, that's a hell of a way to finish your afternoon.
Well, you ever seen a bison horn?
Oh, they're huge. Yeah, they're like a moose.
You know what's funny? No, they're not.
They're as big as a moose.
They're like they're like a bullhorn, like a cow. Bull. Listen.
Yeah, but buffalo.
It's funny because me and Tim were just talking about prostate massages earlier.
He got one the hard way.
Hey, my dad had bulls, and we would stick these electric prods up their ass, right? And we had this big old can, and the bull would come into the can, and he'd go, and then follow you around for 10 minutes because he was your best friend. Then if you didn't stick that prod back up his ass, he'd kill you. But that was a Brahma.
I hope he gave the bull results.
No, yeah.
Well, they were selling the jizz and making money.
Oh yeah, we could sell he would sell the sperm. You can't do that with thoroughbreds. You can't do that with horses. You can do it with some horses.
He's the only guy I know that milks a bull.
And it was, I'm telling you, my dad would say, the first time that I did it, my dad said, you hold him still. He's going to jump.
I bet.
And I'm like, this thing weighs 2,500 pounds. What the fuck am I going to do? I'm 8. My dad's like, he'll listen, he'll pay attention. I'm like, oh, yeah. So he sticks this big old metal prod up his ass and hits the electric button. I'm over here flying through. I look like a kid on a kite.
Yeah, but before he did it, he handed him a pack of Marlboros and a lighter and said, as soon as I hit him, give him a cigarette.
He'll be fine. My dad probably
that'll calm him down.
And that's when you're not allowed to say things like ivermectin on YouTube because they don't like it. Except for I've had that shit spilled all over me so much in my life that I'll never get any disease.
The wife used to work at a PMU farm. PMU is horses. They mare piss. They make birth control pills out of mare piss. So she was there guarding the PMU horses, the mares for the piss. Actually, one of the only facilities in the world that makes birth control is here in Brandon, Manitoba, just 20 minutes south of me. It's called.
Remember that, Manitoba.
Yeah.
Well, my wife asked what part of Frogland you were from.
Like Brandon's probably the closest city.
Oh, well, now we're going to say Manitoba because, well, I told her that it's no longer called Frogland. It's now New America.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get rid of your accent and everything.
Just put a gun in my hand and I'll start screaming, yeehaw!
That's what America's for, baby.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Land of the free, take
Home
away
of the
guns.
No, we got the guns. Yeah, we've got in Florida. Don't come here.
Yeah.
For the record, and you know what I love about Canadians is buying your cars, because you guys will get down here with those cars, and then you'll sell them really cheap, and then we don't find out for another 3 years that they're covered in rust and salt.
You see pieces falling off on the freeway. You're like, what the hell was that? And then there's people, why is this person honking at me? It's because there's pieces of your car falling off.
Yeah, that was the rear quarter. Don't mind me.
Yeah, it looks great on the outside. Is when you get in, you go, holy shit! What the hell is that?
Do you guys
It's a
have like
Flintstone car? If you just lift up the floor mat and you can see the ground below you.
Hey, Tim wants to know if you have Ford and Chevys.
Do you have like American cars there?
All of their cars are American, aren't they?
I don't know.
I thought half of our cars were made there. Most of our cars are made there.
Canadian. The bow tie is actually Canadian.
Time out. Everybody hush. Aren't most of our cars made there?
Hyundai, GMC, Chevys. That's pretty much it. We don't make Dodge or Fords up here anymore.
But you used to make almost all of our the good Ford motors all came from Canada. The 460, the 390, the 351 Windsor.
Not anymore.
No?
The last Trump election, most of that stuff went down south.
Oh, yeah. Don't blame Trump, you little cocksucker.
I thought most of our
blame Trump. I didn't say.
Okay, good.
I thought most of our cars were made from Michigan because they call it,
No, most of our cars are actually made in Mexico.
Well, the body by Fisher for Chevrolet was a Mexican body.
Yeah. Even back then?
Yeah.
Because Mama's Pontiac was a body by Fisher.
That was probably a Canadian-made body.
Oh, well, that's what I mean, Canadian. But you're saying
no, I mean Mexican.
Really? Way back in the 70s and 72?
They probably aren't anymore, but that's where they used to come from.
I'll be damned.
A lot of the buses are assembled in what they do is they take a body of a bus. I don't know if you guys have Greyhound. What's a big bus company that you guys?
We invented Greyhound, Frog.
Okay, so we don't have Greyhound up here anymore, but we make the Greyhound buses. What they do is they build the top half of the bus and the bottom half, and they ship them to Winnipeg, Manitoba, and they put the top and the bottom together, assembled in Canada. Boom, and then we ship them back to you guys. Figure that out.
Because that's
your labor's cheaper, must be.
No, it's the Fair Trade Agreement. The Fair Trade Agreement is why everybody pays so much for shit, because everybody has to have their hand in the pot. So if they have Canada do a part, and then America do a part, then Mexico do a part, and then China do their part, then it's all part of this free trade agreement thing that Trump needs to get us out of. Because
Elon's going to boot everybody.
Okay, well, not your kind of boot. Not your kind of boot. Not a boot. He's just going to boot everybody like I guess
he's all about it.
he's all about it. So what do you got to do today? What kind of work are you doing today?
Out today. Well, our work truck broke down, so we got stuck working on the res again yesterday. So hopefully we can get out to Thomas Lake and start working on like a real job. Like this is like prim and proper. Everything has to be perfect. This guy's a millionaire.
On the res?
Are you building a house or what are you building?
We totally gutted this cabin for this guy. He's a millionaire. He bought this cabin because he's not allowed to put his lake or his boat at this lake where he is right now. So he bought another cabin just so he could have a spot to put his boat on this lake.
Why
We have
didn't
this
you
thing
just buy
called
the lake?
zebra mussels.
Do what? Oh yeah, we have a big problem with zebra mussels down here. They're delicious, but they're bad.
Yeah,
they're bad. They will destroy a lake in a minute.
Oh yeah, it's destroyed one of the most popular lakes that we have here in Manitoba. It's called Clear Lake.
Where exactly is Moose Jaw?
Moose Jaw is in Saskatchewan.
That's where I used to. My dad used to take me fishing up there once.
Oh,
I think that's where all the boards were.
Did you ever go to the Al Capone tunnels?
I was little. I don't know where we went. We went probably because that sounds like what my dad would have done.
Dad would have been into
that. My dad was dirty like that, but
he probably helped build one.
He probably did. At least he ran the union that did.
That's why they lived on a compound of their own.
You see, Tim is not joking. Tim is not joking.
I know all about this. I was involved in stuff like that.
We lived on we lived on our own private compound growing up, and then we got a phone call one time in 1978 that said, "I hope you like Omaha because that's where you were all moving." So we all moved to Omaha, but we went to Moose Jaw fishing. My dad went up there all the time because I'm pretty sure that's where his whores were.
Yeah,
but actually, so there must be some good looking women up in Moose Jaw.
That's where Al Capone. He used to have a train that ran up through Moose Jaw.
I did not know that shit. I had no idea.
He'd run prostitutes up through the trains every week for all the miners and stuff.
That doesn't surprise. Now I'm all weirded out a little bit. I'm kind of weirded out a little because I thought I knew everything about Dad, but there's a few things maybe I didn't know.
It wasn't a pleasure trip; it was a business trip.
It was a business trip. Yeah, because he's always like, no, my dad was a union official for Teamsters.
Isn't that called a pimp?
No. Well, I don't know.
To his guys, kind of.
What he did was he swore that he was fighting for the working man, and he voted Democrat. But in reality, he didn't give a shit about the working man. He just wanted to make sure that those working men kept paying their dues.
Absolutely.
So he could keep buying Mama a Cadillac. Well, actually, it was a Mercedes.
A Mercedes.
And they were always silver. And they were always 300 series. Most of the time.
The cheap ones, you know.
The cheap ones.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got to get ready for work here, you guys. But yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, okay?
And you're always welcome.
Thanks
you're
for
always welcome.
In.
We are always happy to have you. And we truly appreciate you taking part in our show. And invite me on your show some night when you're up.
Yeah, for sure.
My hour. Because I'd like to hang out. Now, Tim sleeps like a normal person. So I can't promise that he'll be here, but we'll holla at you, man.
Peace out.
Peace out.
All right, close out so I can kick you out. I don't want to kick you out because that's rude. I'm going to kick you out.
Bye.
Bye. You're kicked.
It
does say kick. Kick, yes. You're kicked.
That's funny.
It says kick them out.
It's like boot. We're going to boot you.
Yeah, we're going to boot. I like him a lot, man.
How about that?
I really enjoy that guy a lot.
He is a little wacky.
He is, but he's fun.
But he fits right into our theme.
Oh, yeah, he's totally our demographic.
Yeah, he's our Canadian equal.
That's what we should start calling him, as our Canadian correspondent.
Yes, he is. Your Canadian correspondent. Brought to you by Beers for Breakfast Morning Show and Obscure Destinations Outdoors.
He's very fun.
You can't get it anywhere but here.
Anywhere but here. You can't get Robin anywhere but here.
In the whole world.
Let him on.
And the whole country thanks us for it.
Yeah, he's our first North America, New America friend.
Yep.
He gets so pissed, and I know he's a little listening. He gets so pissed as he's like, he hates the tariffs, and
well, who wouldn't?
I don't.
We don't like them. We don't like them tariffing us. They don't like us tariffing.
No, it literally should be free trade. There should be no tariffs. There should be no bullshit.
Just dump it all together.
You pay whatever it costs for ship that big old vessel across the sea, and that's your shipping. There should not be any of this.
Don't add 25%.
Right. There should be no extra cost.
That's why a car costs freaking base car is $45,000 when it could have been $25,000.
I need a napkin, please.
Yes, sir.
There's no reason for all this. That there should be, and that I think that's the whole point that Trump's trying to make is if we have to pay your tariffs, then you're by God going to pay ours.
Right. So why don't we all just drop this bullshit?
Right. That's the whole thing. Stop with the tariffs, and you pay fair market price, we pay fair market price, and then the whole world can work together. Then we're not in competition, and get rid of all this. I do believe in climate change because climate does change.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I also think that you can't keep dumping shit into the world like China does, and like India does, and like Mexico does, with all of this constant burning of crap, tires and shit. I mean,
yeah, you're only polluting your own people.
Except for it all comes over here. It comes everywhere.
Yeah.
The atmosphere doesn't just stop over your city.
Yeah, that stupid dust thing comes all the way from Africa.
Every year, and it burns my eyes every year. At some point, I either got to start smoking dope or something to at least understand these symptoms that I'm getting.
We could balance it out.
Why are your eyes so... Well, mostly my eyes are bloodshot because I'm drunk, but at least I admit it.
Well, yeah. It's good to know your own limitations.
Do I really look 60? Or, 80? That little fucking smart-ass kid
80.
said I looked 80. Okay, I got it broken, though. Look, I've been through a lot.
I would say that...
Don't even. He thought I was older than him, for God's sakes. And I'm 10 years younger than him. Ish.
12.
Really?
Yeah.
God almighty. So what time does the office open? It's already too early.
Noon.
Lisa, if you're listening, can we make an early call?
She'll let us in about 11:30 if she's bartending today.
No, I don't want to push her. I don't want to get her in trouble. I want to get the drink and get the fuck out. I figured the only way I can get you to take me is if I bought you 2 beers. So I figured and I have to go get cash. I'm thinking about actually leaving my house.
Uh-oh.
Tim says, whoa, but he knows that that's some real shit because I will typically do that.
That's like, oh my God.
But I made that decision when I looked at her page. I don't
stopped.
I looked at her page on Facebook and I don't remember. I don't even know if I can get still back to it. But it was just such a nice looking drink. And I thought, man, I would.
She does create some stuff.
Well, I don't think she created it. I think she just took a picture of it.
I think she makes them up too.
No, I'm pretty sure she does. But she should know we're talking about her. Lisa Levin. Is she Jewish?
I don't think so.
I don't know. They're all, I don't know.
It kind of looks like Levine, which would definitely
That would, yeah, I don't know. This girl right here.
She told me how to say her last name, but I don't recall.
This girl right here that you see, Pamela Fullner.
Yeah.
She passed away due to self-deletion. I want to say 10 years ago. I won't delete her. She was my very first girlfriend ever.
Oh, bummer.
Dude, she was shaped like an egg. She looked like an egg with legs. She looked like, you know, that little blueberry girl.
Yeah.
That's what she looked like. It's a beautiful
Chocolate
fat
factory.
little bitch. I love that. But
Real Willy Wonka.
and you know what? Her brother is Brad Fullner, who played professional and college football. Very. She always posts New Jersey stuff, so usually I can find her pretty quick. She's from New Jersey, clearly. Lisa.
Jersey cow hunters. We used to call that during hunting season.
Oh, did you?
Because they'd come to New
What
York.
is going on there? Jesus, I don't even want to see that. What the hell is going on with Facebook? I don't see.
There is some weird shit on there.
I'm telling you, I'm just trying to find Lisa's stuff, and she's in my. I got her in my chat thing, but I don't have any. I can't. Of course, I can't find any of her posts.
I kind of think she quit posting.
No, she didn't. I want you to see this drink.
Oh man, once you
Roberta Flack, that's who it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is good. I liked and shared this. March 9th, the sun will set at 7:30, and it will not set before 7 p.m. again until November 1st. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
You see what I said? Praise the Lord. That was 3 hours ago. That's the drink. Look at that, dude.
Oh, she told me about
Don't tell me Tony wouldn't fucking die for that.
Oh, it just looks so pretty.
It does.
To drink it.
Yeah, I know.
That's got to be like a $9 drink.
I don't care how much it is. We're talking about this right now.
What's it called?
Lisa, we are talking.
Honey Bourbon White Russian. Oh,
does it say White Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I'd love to try that. You at the office tomorrow? He said, yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, doesn't that look great though?
It does. That's pretty.
It's a nice looking drink. I mean, that is a nice looking drink.
You'll get to see a lot of my carpentry work when you go there.
Well, good. Then we'll take the camera out and promote that shit, so that maybe we can give you some business. Did our girl never call you, or did you just not answer your phone like you didn't with the screen lady?
Never called, and
I got yelled at by the screen lady.
Did you?
Yeah, she said, "I thought your friend wouldn't even answer. We wouldn't even return the call." I'm like, I guess he didn't want to work with you. I don't know.
I don't do screens.
I would have done it. I know how to do screens. I got the shit. I told you I got the screen and everything.
To get you out of the house, it'd be like
no, it wouldn't. No. Not if some old lady needed help.
Yeah, but you also said she didn't want to pay shit.
I didn't say anything about that.
Oh,
no, I didn't say anything.
About it.
No, I'm thinking it's an old woman. You know, I'm like, and I got a screen. I will leave the house for an old lady. You know, because you got to take care of the elderly.
Well, yeah, of course.
And you know, Tony used to make so much fun of me. I'd say, I like her hair. You just like her because she's old. I'm like, well, that may be true.
Well, you know, there's 2 for 1.
You know, and I
It's
do.
2 for. Oh, I've been putting that liquid freaking battery acid crap, liquid chemo in a tube on my face.
Oh man, I got that too. I got to get it. I know.
Starting to
hurt.
Starting to do a little sting, but not bad. I'm tough. I can take it.
I got to put some on mine, on this one and this one, and I just got it. And I know it hurts, and I already know it's going to hurt because
the first week doesn't really bother you. It's the second week.
Well, right, and
it's worse when you stop.
They gave it to me
during. It's when you stop.
I think the first time I got it, I showed it to you on that windowsill. The VA gave it to me the first time.
Is it a Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got.
And you put it on there, and it hurts as soon as you put it on there.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't give a shit. It burns. You can almost smell it burning. So,
and then it looks like you got burnt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's when
the skin flakes when it's done. And
so, would you like to talk skin cancer? Would you like to talk? What happy subjects would you like to talk about today?
Yeah, we got all kinds of crap wrong with us.
Matter of fact, I should show you what we were just talking about. This drink looks absolutely delightful.
Delightful is the right
That
word.
is the right word, isn't it? Delightful. I'll get it for you in just a second because it is absolutely.
If you don't think that looks good, you're Stevie Wonder.
And I think Stevie Wonder could smell it.
He'd probably look at it and say, that looks good.
You know, I didn't realize that it was a White Russian because I'm not a big white. What Tony would like, because I'm not a big Kahlua guy. And White Russians typically mean Kahlua.
Yeah.
But
look how pretty it
is.
splits up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hold on, I'm going to show you just how pretty it is.
Multiple
all 3 people.
layers.
Yeah, and if Lisa can make one like that, now it might end up being like McDonald's, to where your hamburger doesn't really look like the picture.
No, that's a live picture. She
Yeah.
made it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've seen her make them.
Oh, that's what the bar looks like. It's your bar, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
it looks like that in there.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I thought it looked like a rundown piece of shit the way I looked at it.
No, I just remodeled it 3 years ago.
Oh well, I know, but that's the bar.
Yeah.
Huh. You know what we did? We sanded down a big old piece of birch, and then laid down. We had all of our friends bring wine labels.
Oh yeah, and
Rich people.
Then you put them in the.
Yeah, we did. The guy that knew what he was doing laid like a surfboard wax on the wood, and then he stuck the labels to it. Then we poured polyurethane on top.
Yeah, about a quarter inch.
Oh yeah, well we built a frame, and then laid that on there, and it made such a beautiful bar.
Oh yeah, that's like putting glass on it, but it don't break.
It doesn't break, and
but you can scratch it with a key
or anything else.
Burn it with a cigarette like assholes do.
You know, you can't smoke in bars anymore.
You can in this one.
That's great. That I'm there. Call me. Anyway, that looks like a great drink, Lisa. If you're there,
we'll be there.
Oh, that looks like breakfast. I thought you were gone, you piece of shit. Then come back here if you come back on if you're going to be here.
Well, we only got 15 minutes.
Yeah, because me and Tim like to call it a early morning when it's late afternoon. By the way, this is Trash Talking Tuesday, even though no one called.
LLC is available for your needs 7 days a week. Grandson Services LLC. Garbage pickup. House appliances. Furniture removal. Yard debris. Estate cleanouts. Storage cleanouts. Sheds removal. Decks removal. Above the ground pools removal. Jacuzzi removal. Construction debris. Deliveries. Call them today. 786-865-1805 or 305-741-1240. Our goal is to make our beautiful Lake Placid a cleaner place. And remember, 100% satisfaction guaranteed or twice your trash back.
Twice your trash back. You give him a call. Not you, Robin. Do not give him a call, Robin, because he can't go all the way to Canada. New America. Camerica, that's what we can call it. America. America or Camerica? America or America?
They're kind of duh up there, so America duh.
The America reboot. America rebooted. No, this guy that I just know played, I don't know him. I've never used him, but he's got a passion.
But we could.
No, we could. We can't afford it, probably. Tim, we don't get paid for this show. Wouldn't mind if you tossed us a couple duckies over here in the whatnot and the doohickey. This here roundabout right there. Me and Tim split everything that comes in so far. That's nothing. Except for we did have one sponsor one time that we made $300 off of, 150 a piece. And then my wife took like 50 of that. So.
Hey,
she's the one that sold the job, though. You got to pay. Then she got comfortable.
You got to pay the management.
You got to pay the management. Because I'd have never known that lady was looking.
Don't know.
But if you'd have washed her car, that'd have been like $50. You could have made that.
He never called me.
Yeah, well,
I was looking for about 3 days. I look. Nothing.
Joan, yeah, it was just the other day. I don't know. Maybe we should call her and you should say, "Hey,
no,
I'm that car wash guy." Tim washes a hell of a car. He does a great job, but he doesn't want it to be a big car. He wants it to be a small car. He wants it to be on a sunny day. And if he wanted it vacuumed, he's not a detailer. He's white.
I'm just a cleaner.
Never hire a white guy to detail your car. If you want your car detailed professionally, you go find that black guy that carries the milk crate in the back of his car.
I have a milk crate in the back of my truck.
You
with
got
all my stuff in it.
I paid $24 for a case of beer for Tim, and I got a wash job. So I don't know how much it cost, but you know what? Tony got.
Yeah, but I couldn't see the floor to clean it.
That's probably true. Tony used to pay some black dude in a van in Ocala when she worked at the church. My wife was an accountant at a church or something at a church. That's where she got my lawyer from. We can't talk about that ever, because now he's in prison. But wish you the best, Doug. You stole the wrong person's money, Doug.
Pucker your cheeks.
Probably. Because I put word out. Doug Kirkland.
We're not going to talk about it.
I'll tell you about Doug Kirkland sometime. Let's see. How does this go? How do I transition from this? Because I was totally off to something else. Now I'm mad. Now I'm angry. Now I'm angry. Hold on. Watch this guy really quick.
Service
Hold on. Jesus Christ.
for your needs 7 days a week. Grandson Services LLC. Garbage pickup. House appliances. Furniture removal. Yard debris. Estate cleanup.
And we're back because we don't talk about private things on the air, and you've already heard about grandfathers or grandmothers, grandsons, whatever the hell he's called.
Yeah, all that.
I like the guy. Anyway, the guy is an honest, hardworking guy. I've not used him yet. I plan to. Now that we've got chainsaws, me and Tim both have chainsaws. We might be using them pretty soon.
We might tear some shit up.
We might tear some shit up. We have to call him. We need you here.
We need a professional to remove our garbage.
We charge $25 an ad. We played your ad probably about 300 times now to just come clean our shit up and get the fuck out.
Hell, he's got a half a day just on what's along the fence.
Oh, yeah. That's it. I do want to take all of that out, I think. That whole tree down.
Oh, the tree mouse?
That right there behind our pumps.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, because you don't like it and I don't like it.
It's growing over the top of the house, too.
And it's messing with your satellite or your
camera shit.
Yeah. We can do that.
I don't dare move that solar panel to the roof because the damn thing leaks enough. And of course, our landowner will not fix the patio roof that leaks. It's like, well, oh well. You don't fix it, it's not my house. It'll fall down.
I know, but we live here.
I know. I'll put goddamn plastic and duct tape up there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The guy that did fix it after it came down in the hurricane, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago.
Didn't even do a shitty.
He did a horrible job. And she told me, don't touch it. And I says, well, I already removed all the metal crap that fell down and put it outside, and the Sanford and Sons took it. And she goes, well, thanks. And I says, well, you know, I can work something out with you and fix this up the right way. No, I have people doing it. And this guy had the balls to come in and tell me, when I'm done, you'll never know what happened. It'll be all painted. And it'll have knockdown sprayed on it. Well, the dumb son of a bitch never even took the light down. He sprayed knockdown all over that. It was all over the walls. I had to clean them.
Well, listen, he probably met Marvin. Everything was probably great.
Until he
met the Marvin, he was like, "Oh fuck this, let me get out.
I gotta get the hell away from this."
He's like me. Let me pull chalks really quick. Let me get the hell out of here.
Yank and run.
Yeah, because you've heard that term before, haven't you? Pull chalks.
Oh yeah, that's from your Navy days.
Nah, yeah. It was from squids that I knew that worked on the
aircraft carriers. Charlie did that.
Charlie, did he?
Yeah, he was on a big, huge
he was what we would call a brown shoe.
Was it?
Yeah, aircraft guys, airmen wore brown boots.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't.
And the deck guys were brown shoes.
Yeah. No. Regular. The airmen that worked for the Air Corps that worked for like. If you worked for anything aviation, I think you had brown shoes.
Oh.
And then if you were regular, just a regular squid,
yeah,
you wore black boondockers. boondockers are like
I know what they're.
Do you?
Yeah.
They're low cut boots.
Yeah.
Most uncomfortable fucking things you'll ever wear in your life.
Yeah, tear your ankle up.
But if you can get the Locks boots, which is for liquid oxygen, they're boondockers. They come about up to here, and they have this big stretch on the side, on the inside, and it's because when liquid oxygen comes out of the plane, because it does that a lot when you land or when you take off the liquid oxygen, that hits your feet, and you don't get them shoes off, they will have to cut your feet off. Well, they will just chisel them off.
Chisel them off.
Because liquid oxygen will freeze them.
Right.
So you hurry up and kick those, and they call them Locks. They're called Locks boots for liquid oxygen.
Huh.
And they kick those boots off really quick as soon as it hits them, and they can move their feet. And then those are boots, you can just smack them, and they'll just shatter. If you catch them right then, yeah. I've never done it. I've watched videos of it, just like I've never actually been cut in half by a Navy cord that was pulled too tight. But I've seen it done in real time.
One of Charlie's best friends.
Yeah, man, fuck that.
He got sliced and diced because he was in the wrong
It'll
spot.
kill you.
And that
Most
cable
of the time,
came
it does
tight
kill you.
and just ripped him right in two.
There's a couple guys that are still in the Navy that maybe not now because that was 30 years ago. It's so weird.
Yeah, seems like yesterday. And
I was telling some guys that I said, 20 years ago when I was in college, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I've been out of the military for 20 years.
More like 40 years.
Yeah, so like 50 years ago when I was in college, that's weird to say,
Yeah, time creeps up on us
Yeah,
all.
it's just weird to say. It really is weird to say. But at least I'm still damn good looking and charming.
That's it.
That's what it is.
I believe it's time to cut the show.
It's my personality. If my personality doesn't win you over, my good looks will.
Good looks and charm does it every time.
I'm cleaning up that I'm still getting soap out of my eyes. That's just wonderful. There's nothing in the world. I like that body lotion that she gives me because it's Epsom salts and body wash.
Oh, did you get your nice soak in?
No, because it's too cold, man. It's got to be hot. I don't fuck around.
See, I got a different hat today.
I noticed that. I was going to bring it up this morning. Get in front of the camera and show your Michelin hat.
I told you I got a different hat for
But that was Tim's plan. This is what's so funny is Tim's plan is he's going to wear a different funny shirt and a different hat every day, and we don't go on camera.
I got a Tony Stewart shirt.
Oh, because Tony Stewart is my favorite driver because he just don't give a fuck.
That's right.
That's why I like him.
He was the Dale Earnhardt of the modern era.
Yeah, he's It's
like you screwed me, I'll wreck your ass.
Yeah, I'll run right into you.
I'll go over the top.
And then didn't he buy his own team or something like that just so they couldn't
racing.
Yeah, so they wouldn't mess with him. He's like, I'll do whatever I want. You can't fire me. I'll just fire myself. I'll just walk off.
This was the first year they sold their whole team out. Then he went 100% drag racing. Leah Pruitt is his wife. They had a little baby, and she was a very good drag racer. And he's becoming a pretty damn good drag racer. I can't imagine going from 200 miles an hour for 5 hours to 350 miles for 4 seconds.
Yeah. I know that almost all of Street Outlaws is scripted.
Oh yeah, that's a bullshit show.
Yeah, but Daddy Dave before it got scripted when it was early on.
They used to race on the street. Now they race on
but they never were really racing on the street either though because they had too many lights and ambulances and shit.
I mean when you pull up with a freaking hauler that hauls 2 cars like a NASCAR truck,
that's not street racing.
That doesn't stand out on the side of a road.
That's not street racing. Oh, of course not. But the shit. Now you got me out. See, you interrupted me. God damn it. What was I gonna say?
Scripted.
Oh, before you've got the same breathing. Oh my God. It's just not as bad with you. You were doing this earlier.
Yeah.
This weather. When Daddy Dave was still driving for Harry, I think his name is, the guy that owned the truck.
Yeah.
When he was still, and he had his mechanics there, and they were doing this like big meeting, and they said, well, the drivers were there and the mechanics were there, and the mechanics and Daddy Dave was like, well, the driver is what makes the truck, and the mechanics go, bullshit, the mechanics make the truck. you wouldn't win without the mechanics. And I looked at Tony as soon as he said that, and I said, "Oh no, the driver makes the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can. I don't care how good. Once the engine's built, the engine's built.
Right.
It's the driver. It takes. You got. There used to be a prayer that we would say right before we would go skydiving, and I think that it was a Air Force prayer, and I don't remember it completely, but it said something along the lines of, "Give me the courage of the Green Beret, give me the faith of Mother Teresa, and give me the balls of Junior Johnson." Because there's a certain amount of I don't give a fuck that has to go. If you're driving in that car, like I told you, my aunt did it, and she was like, she was trained to do these official police stops and bust cars off, and she's like, "Oh my God, there's people chasing me. It's totally different."
Yeah.
When people are chasing me, when I'm chasing someone else, it's different. But when there are people behind me trying to run into me and butt me into the wall, it's totally different.
It puts a whole new perspective on it.
It really does, man. Hold on. Yeah, that's exactly right. If the women don't find you handsome, well, they won't find me handy. But I will take a handy and old fashioned, we call them. From a woman, not from a fan. If you're gonna be here, then come on the damn show.
He's going to work.
They ain't going to work.
We're going off the air.
It's like 2 degrees over there.
It's 9:02. Time to go.
Oh shit! It's 9:02. It's time to go. I got one. It's 9:02. It's time to go, and we will leave you with. What do you want to leave them with?
Oh, I don't know. Your thing and not mine.
No, it's not. This is our thing. They said, "Don't put this shit on me." Don't put this shit on me, man.
My whole theory in the end is peace out.
Tony said that she's not going to buy us $200 worth of chairs.
I don't blame her.
It kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. Let's see here. I don't remember if I like this one or not. I don't remember what it looks like.
I'll wing it.
I'm trying, man, but if I don't like it, I'm going to stop it.
With his Yeti cooler at 7, and I've been up in the swamp all night. I have those Florida man stories. Sometimes I admit I just ain't right. Tool man Tim is almost every tool known to man. And if anyone can find the Florida skunk ape, you bet I can. It's beer for breakfast, where we test micro brews. If you ask us nice, we'll test your craft beer too. We don't talk much politics or read the news.
Oh.
I know y'all.
Wait. I know what we're supposed to close the show with. Hey, Robin, we're about to be on the road too. We will pretend to drink one for you. But he's probably going to have to take me somewhere to get money first. Ow, man, I've got to piss. You have no idea how much I have to piss right now. I got to put that on our things too.
Drinking and
all right, we're out. Everybody, love you. Mean it. Bye.
Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again, pop that top. Again, sun pounding on your head. Beer, take care of that. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again. Pop that top. Again. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Beer's bitching about enough. Incentive when that morning comes. Beer for breakfast. Amen.